Hey there, cool cats and kittens. Happy Wednesday and welcome back to another amazing episode of Musicians Hangout with your host, Crash Fistfight, the Booty Pop Moopsie, and Maxine Maxwell of the Maxwell.
Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. It is so great to be back for our third episode of season 12. Cheers, my dear. Clinky clinky.
Cheers.
Yes. Oh my gosh, we have one of our favorite guests back tonight. So I will go over our mission statement and we'll bring him up on screen.
Yes.
Our mission statement here on Musicians Hangout is to be part of a revolution to create friendships with other artists and build a community network to save music. We welcome our friend Danny Sixx from Ireland. Come on down, Danny. Hey.
What's up, Danny Sixx?
So good to have you back. Hi.
I'm back probably for the 100th time.
Yeah.
I probably feel like.
Does it feel
And
like
you
that?
come on a very special day.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
it's your
His
Birthday.
birthday. Happy birthday.
happy birthday.
Yes, it is officially my birthday today.
Yes.
Ooh.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us for your birthday celebration.
Thanks.
Yeah, of course. Well, it made sense, kind of tied into everything that was going on. So I was like,
Right.
okay.
Yeah,
well,
you have
Right.
a lot going on. Oh,
Yes.
goodness. So catch us up with everything that you've
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah.
Well, I've been stuck in a recording studio for the last month and a half. So,
That's a long time.
The second album is officially underway.
Yay.
I have 7 songs done right now, and we have the first single from the record getting released in June, which was Church of the Insane. But then also I've been doing work with the band in the background as well with Saffron.
Yes.
That we've been also in the studio with them. That we started recording.
Oh my gosh, you have been super busy.
You've been really busy.
Yeah.
So it's 2 projects in one that I've kind of been focusing on at the same time.
Wow.
Uh,
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
That's hard. That's hard to do. That is really hard to do, to write music and then to record music for 2 different projects at the same time.
Right.
That's exhausting.
Especially when you're a vocalist, it doesn't make it any easier.
No, that is a
Ooh.
lot. A lot on your vocal cords, definitely.
I guess
Yeah,
it's easier as like a musician to do that than it would be for vocalists.
yeah, honestly, because like it's not like it's a weird process for me, because it's kind of just either doing more work or less work. It's either I'm recording everything or I'm recording only one thing or just little aspects here and there. So it's easy to kind of split them in a certain way.
I guess I always think of like when I go into the studio, we just like run the whole track. Okay, do it again. Okay, do it again.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you're just singing it over and over and over and over and over and over.
All too well. Especially over this last booking month. This kills me.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure you're ready to go back home. You got some birthday wishes in the chat. Happy
How you do?
Well, thank you, everybody.
birthday from Justin.
Happy birthday from
Happy birthday to
Yep.
Danny Sixx. Thanks, guys.
Rebecca.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thanks for
I
tuning
appreciate
in.
all the love and support.
Awesome. All right. For the fans who haven't gotten to see our show that has featured you before, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started in music, Danny.
Well, it started over 1,000 years ago. No.
It feels like,
Oh, not that old.
especially with 2020 in there,
Yeah, exactly. Well, I grew up in a musical family, so music was always constantly around me. So between my dad, my grandfather, aunts, uncles, you know, they were all musicians. They all did shows around the country and stuff like that, outside of the country. So it was something that was kind of raised into me, I suppose you could say.
Yeah.
And so as I was growing up, you know, I kind of picked up a little few things here and there. So I first started out as a drummer when I was 4 years old, something like that. And over the years, I kind of picked up a little bit of bass, and then I focused on the guitar then by the time I hit my teenage years, and been in a few bands, and then eventually managed to find a way to branch out on my own. And now I'm a 23-year-old multi-instrumentalist that can't stop working.
Yeah, I love it. That's great. Though. You are living your dream.
Right?
But right now it feels like a nightmare because I'm so tired.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
But no, it is. It's
working.
But that's how you make your dreams happen, is by putting so
like
much
I wouldn't
being dedicated.
I don't complain about any of this. Like, to me, this is not like hard work or anything like that, because
that's beautiful.
It's something I'm enjoying, and getting a chance to. I had the chance to release the first record and get those songs out there, and now kind of doing the second one. It feels a lot easier and a lot less pressure coming into the second one, because a lot of the second record I kind of already had written before or had stuff to dabble with. And I think also what made it easier is the connections I've kind of gotten over the last year between people, and especially because what's great for me is I get to work with so many different people, and I get to collaborate with people that maybe I never did, especially on the second record.
Oh, that's good.
I love that.
There is collaborations on the second one.
Awesome. That's exciting.
And I can tell you who they are.
Yes, let's do it. Let's do it.
It's not a complete secret, but it is a bit of a secret.
Ooh,
so I have Jacob coming back.
To know the secret firsthand, kind of?
Basically, I'm giving you guys the full scoop of what's happening. So Jacob's coming back on the track.
Exclusive.
So we have Jacob Van Nol coming back on the track.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I knew it.
Yes.
And then a surprise one is I have Eve from Trip the Wire.
Holy
Get the fuck out. That's awesome.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been talking to Eve over the last couple of weeks to try organize something. So I have to send the track over to her, but she's going to be featured on the track as well.
Oh, I love that. That's cool.
I love that.
Good. That's good.
So there's what we have so far. But then also there's going to be vocals from the drummer of my band, of the Wilted Saffron band. He's going to get on and do some vocals with me too. And actually, he's been helping me. He's been helping me write a lot of the second record and get the second record to a bigger, I guess, outcome of the story I'm trying to tell. And so he's been helping me a lot with that.
Hey.
I love that.
That's great. So the whole album has a story to it.
It's like a
part two of the first one.
Yeah, it's like a concept trilogy thing. The first
That's exactly what it is, because I have a plan for a third one.
Yeah, see?
Well, I remember you mentioning that last time we talked.
Mm-hmm.
About this idea. Very cool.
And now I kind of put the idea into effect of where I can, you know, kind of take the story and stuff. But one of the things we're going to do is, or that I want to do is, I want to kind of do all the albums first and then do all the visual aspects to them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because then I can actually make everything tied together properly.
Yeah.
Like videos,
and that will tie together in a clean style then, too.
Oh, you should do it like Pink Floyd style, where they just made that big movie and it was their whole album, The Wall.
That was kind of the idea we were going with.
Yes.
That's cool. That's
a fucking brilliant idea.
That is good.
I would be totally into that.
Yeah.
That honestly, like, I'm kind of looking at every single possible avenue that I could take. with this because of how broad of an idea it is and how broad of a story that I've tried to write. That is kind of like every visual aspect that I can possibly think of, I will kind of have down as an idea. It's just to see what one actually comes to fruition or what one can actually happen within a time frame.
Well, and do you keep a journal of all of this, or is it just in your head?
I have a journal of everything.
That's great. I love that.
I have actually
write everything down.
Yeah, I have to write everything down. I like it, and that's part of like having something very authentic, nostalgic.
Oh yeah, I'd rather have pen to paper than ever do digital stuff.
Yeah,
always.
I love it. All right, Max from the VW Garage says, "Happy birthday, Danny!"
Happy birthday.
And Rebecca says, "I'm watching the story unfold, Danny Sixx."
Well, at least someone does because I can barely see it, to be honest. And I wrote the fucking thing. It's
when you're deep into it, though, it's hard to see out. It's hard to see it like in.
Well, plus, you just finished your second album, so you need that little bit of a break before you can come back. But give your eyes a break for it to.
Yeah, and that's the aspect of it. To me, it's not like it's a necessarily stressful thing. It's not necessarily, how do I say, it's not a daunting experience, and it's not something that's like getting to my head or makes me annoyed or something. It's making sure that the story is there that I want to tell, or like that I have everything I want and that I need for the story that I want to try to portray in this. And with the first record, it did that as a start. It did it in a way that it continues on for how between the songs, because the songs are meant to be each chapter of that story, which is the same way that the second record is going to be, that it's a chapter kind of for each song, and the parts that are the speaking songs, or the acts as I call them.
Yeah.
Okay, I love
They're
that.
like the tie-ins between each part.
Yeah.
So the second record will kind of have the same idea or the same kind of concept, where there's like little speaking patterns and stuff like that.
Like little commentaries.
Exactly. So it's kind of like its own little commentary.
Yes. I love that.
It adds to the whole interest of the whole project too. It's very different levels of creativity within, and it'll be interesting for your audience, definitely.
It'll definitely be interesting to I'm more interested in kind of seeing where the fuck I could take it.
Yeah.
Turn it into a play, like a live action play.
I was thinking that it kind of feels like it's written.
You can have your band back there playing the songs with actors out there acting it out. That's brilliant.
That's definitely a way, because I've had a few contacts with some people over the last little while to see if we can get some promotional stuff done for something to try to get the story to be brought back to life. I've been doing some kind of costume design ideas for the characters and also for my character also.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of just waiting to see. All that stuff is kind of out of my hands. I just kind of send the idea to people and say, "Here, do this," and then send it back to me when you have it. So I'm just kind of in the waiting game,
Oh God, I know that.
It's always the worst. It's always the worst.
So is anyone illustrating some of the album art for you?
Oh yeah.
So I have not reached out to anybody yet, because I did the first one I did myself.
Yeah.
And I have been thinking about branching out or expanding out to try to get any kind of graphic designers or anything like that. And I mean, I can pass that out to the audience. If anyone is a graphic designer and they want to work with me, they can message me.
Yeah, we have some graphic designers that follow us, so shout out to them. Hey.
Yeah.
Looking for some.
Hey, Danny, Sixx up.
Yeah.
Help him
But
with
that's
that.
it. We have nothing yet. It's the easiest way to say it.
Sweet. All right. So, inspirations. We know that we've heard about your inspirations before while you've been on the show, but new viewers want to hear about who inspires you.
Oh, shit. I hate these questions. Because it changes every day.
So many people.
It kind of varies from me growing up. So obviously, as a kid growing up, I grew up on a lot of Deep Purple, Status Quo, Sabbath, Metallica, AC/DC.
Yeah, Metallica. It says Metallica. I don't think you guys can see that.
The Darkness was another one that I grew up on from when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Because they're only across the pond from where I am, so it was how I grew up. And then in my teenage years is kind of when I start going. Still to this day, a lot of the bands I still listen to, so like Slipknot, Korn.
I fucking love them. Oh,
Right. They just played in Vegas.
So many. Mayhem actually inspires me a little bit.
So Crash and I saw Slipknot live last year.
That was so fucking
That
awesome.
was so good.
I saw them 3 years ago before the lockdown happened.
Oh, really?
Nice.
That's
It was a concert. Literally, I saw them, and then like a month later, the whole world was shut down.
Oh my!
So I was like, at least I got to do something cool before it all shut down.
Coincidentally, I found out I had COVID like 2 days after I was at Slipknot.
Yeah.
I actually remember because I think that was just before our last interview as well.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, it was. Yes.
Because we had to cancel it, reschedule it because
COVID. Oh my goodness.
a lot of this is tying together way too easily and quickly.
Crazy.
It shows how many people have been on here.
A couple weeks later, I ended up getting COVID. That's
Yeah, she never got it from me. I didn't pass it to my friends I was with, thankfully. Gosh, my husband didn't even get COVID from me. So he hasn't even had COVID. I don't know what's up with his immune system, but lucky him, he's never had
it.
It's those ice baths he does, I swear.
Yeah, he does cold water therapy.
Yes, that's what it
never had it
is.
once.
Ice baths. I don't
The
know.
entire 3 years. Like our country, like where I was, it was very hard, like lockdown when it came to the lockdowns and shit. Every other person in my family got it, but I never did.
Wow. I remember
I don't know
that
how.
we had you on our show when you were in quite an intense lockdown.
That was actually the first interview I ever did was during the lockdown music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were pretty new, like to the whole, online show business when it happened. So we had been, out the gate and doing it for about a year.
1 year.
It was a 2 hour long show.
And then bam, everything locked down, and we were like, shit.
Shit.
Now,
and that was back then. It was a 2 hour long show, not a 1 hour.
It was. Now we're just an hour.
That was
those were the days I was able to stay awake late.
Shows, but we gotta say the 1 hour shows are just better.
It's better for all of us. It was a long haul for our guests. It was, a lot on us because we both work during the week, and it would be a late night for us. I mean, speaking of a late night, come on. What time is it for you, Danny?
Yeah.
It's 3:20 in the morning.
Fuck.
3:20 in the morning.
That's dedication, dude. Thanks for
Cheers, my
That's normal. To be honest, this is just like a normal routine for me. When I know I'm on with you guys, I sleep in the afternoon. I can stay awake by the end of the night. It was the same. Like now, I'm kind of like the guy that's like a cranky old guy that likes his afternoon naps. And if I don't get it, I'm just annoyed all day.
Yes. That's hilarious.
That's awesome.
And they might nap.
I had a nap. I don't even nap. I came home from school today and took a nap because I was so tired. I don't know what's been wearing me out. I know. I better not be getting anything. So that's been
I
going.
want a nap.
So yeah,
I don't have time.
but I needed a little nappy before musicians hang out. So there, yeah.
By
I
the
wish
way,
I
because I
could
did the exact same thing.
Now I won't sleep tonight. That's why I don't nap, because then at night I'm like wide awake and can't get to sleep.
I'm the complete polar opposite. That even if I sleep in the afternoon, I'll still sleep tonight.
Oh, I don't like that. Nope.
But then when it hits the weekend, that's when I can't sleep because I'm either too drunk or trying to get drunk.
Wired. Whoa.
Usually I'm
Basically.
playing a show.
Did you have a drink for your birthday?
No, yeah, I'll have that tomorrow in the morning.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like, hold on. I get confused. It is the 18th for you right now, and that is your official birthday. So you'll drink tomorrow. I mean,
Yes.
Later.
Later in the 18th.
Fuck, I can't.
Later today, I will have a drink.
After you sleep a little bit, you'll have a drink. What's your drink? What are you gonna have? A little bit of everything.
Jack and Coke is always my first one.
Right
I was gonna say I recommend vodka and any of the V8 juices are delicious.
I think I've had that before.
What?
Possibly. I think I've had that before, possibly.
It's delicious. Plus, you know what? V8 juice is healthy for you. So you're destroying your body with alcohol, but replacing the vitamins with the juice. It's a win-win.
Win-win.
Cheers. I'm literally drinking it right now.
So if it's with V8, is it kind of like a Bloody Mary?
No, it's the fruit V8s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the yummy fruit V8s.
That sounds yummy. I'm having red wine.
Oh, red wine tastes good though too.
Yeah, we celebrated our anniversary. It was our 4th year anniversary over the weekend. Well, actually, it was Monday, but we got
it was Monday.
We got together over the weekend. She came up to see me, and because we live, is it 60 miles away from each other?
83 miles.
Thank you. 83 miles away from each other, so we don't see each other a lot. So she'll come over, spend a long weekend with me sometimes. And we went to our local winery, and it was a festival this weekend. So there was a parade, and we watched the parade from the winery window. It's our tradition.
We do this every year. Every year is 3 years because COVID happened and they didn't have the parade. So we couldn't
so our very first year, even before we launched our show, when we took our promo pictures for the show, it was the first year we did this together. And after 2019, we didn't because they shut down. But then 2021, 2022, and now 2023, we were able to honor that. And look at what she got me, you guys. She got me this stone is actually a dinosaur bone that's been polished and tumbled and set like jewelry. So this is actually a dinosaur bone.
And she got me a lot of cool shit, but she got me this cool thing because everybody who knows me knows that I love tarantulas. That's my thing. I'm a tarantula keeper. I literally have the tower of tarantulas.
The tarantula
right here. So
I remember when there used to be only one tarantula, now it's a bunch of them.
I have 5 now.
Crash is like, I'm now a new tarantula, mommy.
She's been wanting another one. Yeah.
I have a feeling by the next time we do the next interview, Crash will have about 50 tarantulas sitting in the back of
a whole wall of tarantulas.
My wall of tarantulas.
Well, and exactly. One was like running around in their enclosure and on the glass, you could really see him.
Trying to see if anybody's out, but
wow, the chat is asking you. Black Sasquatch, hi guys, Ohio in the house, hi.
Oh, Jameson or Bushmills?
What do you prefer?
Jameson. Wow, asking an Irishman to pick between 2 Irish companies.
Oh,
That's probably why they did it. See? Ooh.
Oh, I'm a Jameson man, all the way.
I knew you were
I
going to say
don't.
that. I had
I
that.
don't.
Oh, I was gonna say Jameson anyways. I mean, Bushmills is good, but I like Jameson better. I don't even like
Bushmills is okay, but Jameson is the top dog for me.
it's smoother, I think.
Oh yeah, it is 100%.
Who's
Sweet.
everybody else saying?
Well, Christina says Guinness.
For fuck's sake. I was waiting to hear at least one Guinness thing today.
Guinness.
At least one.
We make a soup out of Guinness. Oh, by the way, everybody at work loved my socks. So, this is another gift that Maxine got me.
Justin says Murphy's.
More.
Our chat is funny. Yes, that's another thing we got. So Max, my husband, got those for her.
So, everybody knows I am a soup slinger at
He's
like
a soup
soup
slinger.
stumps. So,
Okay, that's different. To say the
So-
least.
I'm the prep chef at like soup stop, but I always say I'm a soup
Okay.
slinger because I scoop the soup.
No soup for you. It's do you know
No
Seinfeld?
soup for
at all,
me.
Honey? Like that's like from the 90s.
Oh, I know Seinfeld.
Okay, yeah. So there was
I
this-
wanted it to be like no soup for you. 2 weeks.
you can write it on the bottom. 2 weeks.
You literally could. You could just get a little bit of stitching and write the little part
Or
yourself.
make a t-shirt that says 2 weeks and then be like point at the
No
socks.
soup for you. Oh my god, yes. I could do that.
See?
And then everybody be questioning and say, "What the fuck are you saying?"
Yeah, right. As the generations get younger, they're like, "What? Why don't I get
Yeah.
soup? I don't understand."
Have it
Just ridiculous.
in quotations and then put author soup Nazi.
Oh yes. All right, so Danny, tell us about your album.
Yeah, we're always getting out of time.
Yeah, we are. We're good at that.
But that's normal. I expect nothing less. So, are you talking about the first one or the second one?
Second one.
Yeah, the one that you are just now getting
Yeah.
finished up with.
It's
How many tracks are there?
there's going to be 17.
17.
Wow. Like how long is this album? Like 3 hours? Holy shit.
Probably runs at about an hour. It seems to be
Okay.
at least. I think if my
I mean,
math is correct, which
That's
probably
about
isn't.
average, I guess.
But it's definitely it's a different, more darker record than the first one was.
Ooh, I like darkness.
Because I wanted to kind of explore the theme of it's kind of like reincarnation of this thing that was kind of keeping this group together, and I'm not going to spoil what happens at the end of the first one because it hasn't happened yet. So it ties into that. But track wise, it's been kind of an easier process than the first record was because there's not as much pressure on trying to get the songs together, and it's not.
You can just
It's not as stressful.
Just slow.
Yeah. And this time around is definitely a lot more fun for me because a lot of different tracks, especially my favorite one, that is kind of the one I mentioned last, that is like a 80s horror movie sounding song.
Cool.
Which is called Blood of the Dead.
Oh, yeah.
Like that.
That's and literally when I actually showed that to some people and they were like, "Are you a George A. Romero fan or something?" And I was like, possibly. So there's that. There's three speaking aspects to the record that kind of
I dig
tells
stuff
the story.
like
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, there we go.
There you
that. There you are. Okay.
Sorry about that. My phone
Alright.
decided to be weird.
It's going to happen. It's okay.
Well, I'm not kind of rush this record in a way that it's like, you know, I don't want it to be rushed like the first one was, because obviously during the lockdown it was a lot more harder to try kind of get the songs together and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas this one, I'm kind of taking my time with it, and I feel like releasing this first single, kind of giving people a taste of what the album is going to sound like. And what's funny is that we're releasing the heaviest song on the album as the first song.
Yes.
So,
when are you guys gonna release that?
so Church of the Insane comes out on the 21st of June.
So mark that down on your calendars, kids. 21st.
So literally a month away.
Awesome. Okay.
That's the set deadline. It could hopefully it doesn't change, but that's the date we have set for now, is the 21st of June.
June 21st.
I'm setting an alarm for it.
Right after my birthday.
Yeah, it's a good birthday present to hear a new song.
I celebrate my whole birthday month, so you can just keep releasing your music in June. That's fine.
You know, maybe I might send you a preview of the album for your birthday that no one else will.
Yes, that would be so sweet. Christina has a question for you. What makes the songs dark? The lyrics, the feel, the instrumentation?
All of the above.
That's actually a good question. Wow. It's a mixture. To me, I feel like it's a mixture of both the instrumentation and the feel of the song. Not necessarily, it can be the lyrics for some of the songs, but not necessarily all of them. But definitely the feel and the way that the instruments are going together, especially the use of strings that I have on the recording of the second record. It's definitely, it just feels like that kind of dark, unsettling feeling throughout the whole thing, that it's like you know something is going to happen, but you don't know when it's going to happen. And especially the messages behind the song. The messages behind the songs are a lot more
filled up.
Oh yeah, and I mean, especially just from the song titles like Blood of the Dead, Church of the Insane. I even have a track, which is the opening track, which is called Sinister.
Oh, I love that.
You know, it's kind of the feel of the whole record. It just feels so much darker and more heavy. It's heavier, it's darker. So it's kind of more or less the feel and instrumentation to it.
And you're gonna have Eve and Jacob Van No, and oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I pulled out all the stops for the second record this time.
Obviously, like this record is phenomenal. I can just tell already. I'm excited for this. I'm excited for you.
I'm excited as well because I have no idea how it's going to end up.
Right.
It's been a grueling process for a little while, but I know it's going to pay off in the end.
Yeah, but once you see everything, you step back and you look at how it's all coming together, like it's going to be amazing.
It will
yeah,
be.
that's it.
You'll be very proud of yourself.
Are you having an album release party? Are you playing a show for it or anything like that?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I have absolutely no idea because the plan at the minute is get the rest of the songs recorded. So we're 7 songs in right now, so we still have a long way to go.
Okay.
So it'll probably be either November or December when it comes to probably the album being somewhat finished to be released.
Okay.
So if you've been there for a month, how long are you taking off before your next recording session?
2 weeks.
Okay.
So you're just going to take 2 weeks off, and then how long are you going to record for again?
So I do it for 2 weeks. Then I think I'm doing 3 weeks of recording, 2 weeks off, 2 weeks back, 2 weeks off, 2 weeks back.
Wow.
So today is actually my first official day of my 2 weeks off.
Oh, wow.
Well, we are so blessed to spend it with you, Chiz. You planned that well for your birthday, for Musicians Hangout. Christina has a couple more questions. So I'll pull up.
Oh, yeah.
Christina wants to know, is it based on how you're feeling at this time, or did you just follow the music where it took you?
These questions are a lot more different than I expected.
I told you our chat gets in depth, man. We've got an amazing community of people that tune in.
Oh, yeah.
On the fun.
They're musicians who rack your brain.
They do.
It comes from both. So it definitely comes from how I feel at that moment in time. And then other songs, they would actually just go where the music would take me at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So if I feel like it has a certain feel and story to it already, I will kind of follow that. And then I can end up tying that back to how I'm feeling, either emotionally or physically at that time. So it kind of comes from both places and both aspects. It just kind of tries to either merge them together, or it'll either be for one song it'll be that way, and another song will be the other aspect of it.
All right. I like that.
So Christina also says, I'm always interested to know what shape the themes and feel of an album.
Yeah, and then she says,
dun dun.
She says, I'm a musician, I'm a lyricist, I'm fascinated. I'm in.
Christina, if you haven't checked out Danny Sixx yet, you would dig it. So Christina is also a metal goddess. So she would totally dig your darkness. So
100%. Well, I appreciate that. First of all, I appreciate the questions. They were very good.
Well, and she's from a band called Ascent. So they are, I'll put it up on
ASNT.
Because it is not spelled like it sounds.
No, ASNT is how you spell Ascent, her band. It's her and her husband.
I spelled it wrong, my dyslexia. Hold on. ASNT. Sorry, friends. Now it's right. ASNT.
Okay.
I did such a faux pas when I was first, interviewing them and having them on the show. I thought it was an acronym. So I introduced them as ASNT, and I had been listening to them. I heard about them. We scheduled them on our show, totally fell in love with them. And then I was like, and introducing ASNT. And then we went into who they really are.
Yes. Our name is Ascent.
Yes, Ascent. Okay. Which I dig.
I love it.
Dark hard rock is where it's at, definitely. And something that, like people that are not into metal, or they don't think they're into metal, they don't understand how we are not, I don't want to say we're sweet souls, but we are a little softer spoken in real life. Like they think that we're going to be scary, we're going to be mean, but I wouldn't consider any of us to be mean or scary, maybe at times, but we process a lot of the darkness and the demons that we have inside with our music and the music we listen to, right? Mm-hmm. And they're the kids that I teach are I just can't believe you're a metalhead because you're just so kind. But they know I'm a metalhead because I have Metallica Monday, I have Thrasher Thursday. So I'm always introducing them to other types of different alternative rock too. And I'm well, I process a lot of my darkness through music. So I'm not dark, if that, makes sense.
No, it does. I mean, that's where I kind of always found it, because to me, it's kind of there's always a stigma that came with it. A stigma that came with being a metalhead or listening to metal music or listening to rock music. especially if you're coming out of the 80s and shit. You know, they had the whole religious aspect, satanic, it's this,
Well,
that, and the other.
thing. Yeah.
And
I'm wearing a rosary. I'm like, here's my rosary. I'm not even Catholic. It's just a necklace.
I've got a symbol, not Catholic.
Not Catholic.
I literally have a pentagram flag sitting within my room. So, I mean, I'm not nowhere near Catholic. So, but.
Well, the pentagram can be traced back to, you know, the earliest pagans. So it's not like it's evil, but people can make anything evil. So.
Yeah, exactly. They'll find a reason to make it evil. There's always that stigma, but even here in this country, like me growing up, it's not as many metalheads as people would think that there is, and it's not as big of a community as people think it is.
No.
I think you told me that before, and I was astonished last time I heard that too, because I would assume that, well, anywhere else in the world there's more metal than in the States. So
no, here there's actually more chart and pop music than there is metalhead.
That's right. Okay. I remember.
I can definitely see like a lot of like more pop and stuff in like Japan and metal
and stuff, but like Ireland, you have a lot of like pubs, clubs. That's probably where a lot of the pop music is, because they want people dancing, drinking, and
disco.
Exactly, and that's where the stigma is, and especially just in general, like. When people meet me, they see, well, when they first see me, they see a dude in, you know, black jeans, a big jacket, leather jacket, you know, big ass boots, and a face that looks like I'm going to say, fuck you and leave me alone.
Yeah.
But then they come up and meet me and they're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
You're just a sweetheart. Well, yeah.
It's like, you're actually a nice dude. It's like, well, yeah, you don't. One thing I've always said is that, like, to me, I never judge a person at all, you know, because it's like I'm too old for that shit.
Right.
Like I'm only turned 22 today.
Wait, what are you turning? Say that again.
I'm turning 23.
Oh my gosh! Nobody likes you when you're 23, Danny.
I have children. I have children.
Wait, what's my age again?
Nobody likes you when you're 23.
No, but here's simple. The easiest question to ask is, what's my age again?
What's my age again?
What's my age again?
But yeah, I'm turning 23 today.
I loved when I was 23. Oh my gosh, I had a good year that year. I bought
my body doesn't feel like it's 23 though. My body feels like it's fucking 75 or something.
Well, then you're doing it right.
When I was 23, I had a 2-year-old and I was pregnant with my second child.
Sorry, that was I like showed my expression there, but I'm like, oh.
Yeah, no, it's not good times.
Hey, I wanted to mention Christina's comment here. She says that rock and metal folks are some of the kindest and most loving souls. Yeah. Agreed. I'm surprised by how kind and loving they are too. Like, I was super, you know, afraid to get into the metal scene in Seattle, thinking that everybody was going to eat me alive. But no, they are like metal brothers and sisters. I feel the safest at metal shows. Like,
we take care of our people.
Yeah, we're family. It's great. Yep. Oh my God, we have Russell. Wow, Russell, we miss you.
Holy crap,
Russell, love you so much. Thanks for tuning in, dude.
Oh my gosh, we miss you. I was just thinking about you just the other day ago.
Yep, we think about you all the time, Russell. We're glad that you're doing well.
Yes.
And love watching you online with all your adventures. We wish you well, friend.
Absolutely.
Oh, what a good guy. We've
got some. We hope you get back into your musical adventures.
Yes.
Anyway.
All right. So I was going to just mention that I think November would be a great time for an album release party, you know, like right before the holidays hit. Like,
yes.
I'm not sure what the holidays are really like for you guys in Ireland. I know that you guys celebrate Christmas. Is there anything else that's a really big celebration during that time?
Halloween.
Oh, yes. So yeah, right
Halloween.
after Halloween, right before Christmas, album release party.
Exactly. So it's the good middle ground, and I'm planning on doing something for Halloween for it.
Yes.
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 To try build up some stuff or whatever, but
Cool.
it's the easiest window that I can do within the time that I have, and the time that I'm deciding to spend within the studio. I'm away from the studio, I'm back in the studio, and then away from the studio.
Right.
And I set my own schedule. I don't
I
follow
love
anybody
that.
else's.
That is nice. That's really nice.
That's smart.
And having the help that I have just makes it that bit easier, especially with the drummer in my band, Derek. He's helped me a lot with the structure of the songs, making sure that the vocal melodies sound right, making sure that they're actually good songs that I've written. And it's this one is I'm more excited for because I've already released the first record, and already the songs on this one are 1,000 times better than the first one, in my opinion.
Already.
Yeah, but that's how it is. Like when you listen to your favorite band, their first album does not sound like their second album. Their second album does not sound like they just keep evolving. They just keep sounding better and better every time they release an album.
As an artist, you want to evolve. You want to build on the last one. You want to get bigger. You want to get
don't
better.
want your second album to sound like your first album. You want it to sound better.
No, because then you end up just getting put into this box that you won't be able to get out of.
Exactly.
Which is why I'm avoiding the whole situation. Which is why, I don't stick to the one style. I don't stick to one. Well, I stick to one genre, yes, but I'm not afraid to experiment. I can include other genres within that, or other aspects of them, other elements of music within that might not necessarily people expect that would actually try and go together or whatever.
Isn't that how country rock came to be, though?
Pretty much. Pretty much. It was just country rock, put them together.
Really liked rock, but really were a cowboy country guy too, so just made country rock.
Exactly. It was just that they call it the best of both worlds, as a wise person once said.
Wise person once said.
I'll take it.
I love it. Oh my God, Danny.
But yeah.
So awesome. So, okay, you're playing a show around Halloween. Are you doing any other shows before that? Or is that the one that you're mainly focused on?
For now, that's kind of the one I'm focused on at the minute. There is kind of local pub shows that I do with my acoustic, just, to pass the time. Because that's kind of the main shows that I do a lot of the time, whereas acoustic shows in the middle of a pub, it gets the crowd happy, but I do play a lot of my original music there also.
That's cool.
Which surprisingly goes down a lot better than I expected.
Man, people love originals. They really do.
And that's the thing. They love the original more than the covers.
So why wouldn't anybody?
Oh yeah. And that's it. But
people want to hear new music. They really do. They just don't know it until you start playing music, and then they're like, I fucking love this. Where's this hiding my whole life?
But that's how it is, but for now, I'm kind of focusing on that big kind of Halloween show to see where I can take it.
I understand totally putting a lot of energy into that, because you want, your whole crowd, you want all the energy there. You want to focus on that and get through all the recording and all the, tying up all the loose ends before that too. It takes some time. Yeah. That's what people that aren't musicians and aren't into, they are very much music listeners, don't see the background and see what we do to get to that final point, get to that, stage where we are oozing out all of our passion in front of them, but what it took to get there.
Exactly. And that's a thing that people I think will never realize if they're not a part of the world, or they're not a part of the industry, that it's they think, oh, you're a musician, you don't have to do anything. You get up there, play songs. It's like, that's not
Not
quite how it
that
works.
simple.
It's like you have no idea how much blood, sweat, tears, and arguments have to go into
Yeah.
these fucking things.
Exactly. And all of us on screen are artists that write original music, and
Mhm.
we know what it takes to, to write, to produce,
To get up and perform.
right, to do all of
Mhm.
the above. And also, I just feel so much more passion when I'm playing my music that I've written. Like when I'm playing other people's music, I can, I can feel it, but it's not from me.
But my
Like
heart
that's a part of my soul
in it.
I'm sharing with you. Like that is like the most vulnerable I'm going to be as an artist is sharing what's from me.
Mm.
Right.
And that's the key thing is that when you get a chance to perform your song, it's
Yeah.
your words, it's your music, it's what you've written, and because it's what you've written at that time, it has a deeper meaning to you. But you want to project that onto somebody else so they can relate to it, but it might not necessarily be the same reason that you relate to it.
Right. And
And
I
that's
think that's
why,
why, like, when you play your original songs along with covers, that you're perceived well because they can feel that from you, Danny. They can feel
yeah,
that part of your soul being exposed to them.
oh yeah, and that's why I like that risk. I like that kind of idea of the fear of the unknown. Of it's like, are they going to like it or are they not going to like it?
Am I going to get booed off stage? Which has never happened,
Yeah,
thank God. But like, you never know.
exactly. Am I
I
going to
mean,
get beer thrown at my head?
trying to remember, I think it was Bob Dylan got booed off stage at a festival. Bob Dylan, like, oh my God, like, and kept playing his heart out. Like, what else do you do? Like, I think I would have ran off stage or something, but he just kept playing, like, fuck you, I'm playing. And he's hella famous. Come on.
I've
Oh,
actually seen a band called The Unforgiven. They opened up for ZZ Top back in like 1988 at the Tacoma Dome. Got booed off stage. I think I was like 12 or 13 or something. It was the first concert I've ever been to. And I'm thinking, oh my God, people really do boo bands off stage. So when I started playing music as a kid, I was so worried being in
Like,
the
hiding
orchestra
behind
and
that.
stuff
Oh my
that
God.
they were going to boo me off the stage. And I just, had stage fright ever since. But
Yeah.
I get over it. But still, that's why I like sitting in the back where I can hide behind my cymbals,
Yes, I get that. I love hiding behind my cymbals and my drum kit. The smaller my drum kit got, the harder it is to feel that. But I still feel like there's like that little wall
Yeah.
separating me from the audience. And yeah, like I don't know. Do you guys, Danny? Do you get nervous when you play a show still?
oh yeah, I do. One thing I've always said from the first show I did to the most recent show I did is if you don't get nervous, there's something fucking wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the key thing that kind of stuck with me for a long time, and it's going to stick with me for a long time. No matter how I try to get rid of it, it's always going to be there because it's a human instinct. It's a reaction to doing something that you're terrified. Is terrified of the future, fear of the unknown, or whatever I was saying there beforehand.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I had terrible stage fright when we first started out. And to battle that, I started busking on the street. But also, what helped me, and most of the viewers know, my husband is not only my bandmate, but he's also a therapist. And something that he told me that sticks with me is anxiety is excitement in disguise.
Yes, and I know that.
So I just tunnel that, like into my brain when I'm feeling nervous, because when I'm nervous, it's like I hear static. I can't even hear anyone around me.
Yeah, it's just like
so like to tunnel me and like focus, I'm just like, okay, I'm not nervous. I'm excited.
Yeah.
And then it's all okay.
But that's the way it is. Like to me, I do this whole thing. We used to have, well, me and the lads did in the band anyway. We did because I was in college over the last year, and my two bandmates, Jake and Derek, were in with me as well. So we were all doing the same college course together,
Oh, nice.
and
That's
we did a
awesome.
show in the theater as part of our college, and we sold out the place.
Yay.
Over
Oh, I love that.
over 400 seats or 330 seats or something. And one of the things we did before the show is everybody was feeling nervous and stuff. So me and Derek decided the one thing we would do to get us, going for the show was slap each other in the face.
I love that. I love that shit.
And our Alexa walked in at that moment.
I'll slap you.
And that's it.
Trust me.
It's like, it just gives you like that adrenaline that it's like, yeah, okay, go. And we got on stage and it was one of the best fucking performances I've ever done.
Fuck yeah.
Especially doing a mix of songs that, we rehearsed in college over the course of the year. And then literally the second college was finished, I was 2 weeks off and then I literally straight back into the studio. So I was getting away from music and then I would literally jump straight back into it like 2 weeks later.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
that was meant to happen. That was meant to be. Definitely.
Yeah, and then now here I am I'm going back home tomorrow. I'm leaving Dublin tomorrow. The second record is on the way, and now I have 2 weeks off to drink my soul away on my birthday.
Yes, you gotta party. Hell
It's
yeah, dude.
so good to get home though and relax and just kind of enjoy time for a minute,
Well, and you totally deserve it. You worked hard for this time off.
Yes.
And yeah, you've got a lot of stuff going on and it's exciting stuff. And we have to have you back on our show when we do our season 13. You'll be just, getting that album released. So we'll have to have you back on to talk about it.
Oh my God. It should be like a Halloween one and we should all dress up.
Yes.
For Halloween costumes.
That would be super.
I'm down to do that. I'm down to do a Halloween special.
Hell yes.
And actually, by then it'll just be just before my Halloween show, so it'll actually make sense to do it.
Yes.
I think it would be perfect timing for that. Very good. So Rebecca says, enjoy your 2 weeks off, Danny Sixx.
Thank you.
Definitely earned it. Definitely earned it. Okay, we've got a couple minutes left, kids. All right, Danny, where can our followers follow you?
Find you. Yes.
So you can find me on all socials. So Facebook would be Danny Sixx Musician, and it's the same on Instagram. And then if you want to listen to my music, you can find it on Spotify, iTunes, Apple, wherever the fuck you get your music from. I don't care. There's too many out there to name, so I'm just going to say anywhere you get music from, I'll most likely be there.
Hell yeah. So search out Danny Sixx, guys. That's with two
He's
S's.
amazing. Absolutely.
Absolutely amazing. And he's on YouTube. So check him out. Subscribe.
Hit that notification button.
And subscribe to us too if you haven't. So
and hit that notification button.
Yeah. Well, Danny, thanks again so much for joining us and for the first part of your birthday extravaganza.
Yay!
Well, thank you very much for having me and spending it with me. It's always great.
Cheers to you. Yes, cheers. And yes, enjoy the rest of your birthday. Get plenty of rest, and we will hit you back up in the fall. We'll have our Halloween special with you so we can talk about your album. Can't wait to hear it, dude. Absolutely love your music. Absolutely love you. So yes, can't wait for all of you.
I always love going out with you guys. It's always the best time for me.
Oh,
we said, we're like our own little metal family. I've known you guys that long.
Well, we all have to get together. Like when you come on tour here, we have to hang out.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Would love to come to Ireland someday and see you. So if we ever make it across this pond, we will definitely hit you up.
We'll organize something. Either it's over there or over here. Either way, we'll get something together.
Absolutely. We definitely should. So All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in and supporting us and helping this community grow. Don't forget to share us with your friends and have an awesome week. We'll be back next week. I'll take us out.
Yes.
Good night, everyone. We love you. Stay safe. Keep rocking and tune in next